thank you, Mr Stringer. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and thank you to the member for Gower for securing this important debate. This afternoon, I want to talk about the workers who, throughout this pandemic, have delivered furlough schemes, processed millions of new claims for universal credit, who've kept the courts, ports and airports open and our prisons safe and secure. When we as a nation applaud our key workers, these key workers are often forgotten, and worst of all, they've been abandoned by the government. Unfortunately, the words civil servant still conjures up visions of Westminster for many, including, it seems, the government itself. Nothing could be further from the reality. The truth is that civil servants have suffered years of real-term pay cuts. The average civil servant on a salary of £26,000 is now worse off by £2,110 a year compared to 2010. Since the end of national pay bargaining, there are over 200 sets of pay negotiations in the civil service and related areas. What that means in reality is that there are now huge inequalities in the pay of civil servants, with many falling into poverty pay. For instance, in HMRC, 12,000 staff, around 1 in 5, are paid the minimum wage or just above. It's unacceptable to have government workers forced into poverty. Then we come to another group of workers who so often get overlooked, prison officers. As the member for Easington has just said, they deserve not just our praise, but our respect for their courage in the course of their work, year in, year out. COVID has made a dangerous job even worse. In my constituency, we recently heard of an outbreak at HMP Frankland, where over 200 members of prison staff were off with COVID symptoms or self-isolating. This puts enormous pressure on the remaining staff. Yet, just last week, the government rejected a key recommendation from an independent body to raise the salaries of those on the front line. This is nothing less than a kick in the teeth of hard-working and loyal public servants. As other members here have pointed out, prison officers are banned from taking any sort of industrial action. I disagree with this limiting of their basic rights, but in their place, the Prison Service Pay Review Body recommended a significant pay rise for Band 3 officers. The government claim this is unaffordable, without justification or reason. And of course, we know where this all leads. Prison officers will vote with their feet and leave the service they love, losing valuable knowledge and experience at a time when we need it most. As experience goes down, violence goes up, leading to more officers leaving, and so on. It's a vicious cycle. Civil servants do thankless work. They don't want applause, just to be rewarded fairly for the work that they do. The government should listen to their trade union, the PCS, and start to restore the real value of their pay with a 10% increase. On prison officer pay, they should think again and listen to the Prison Officers Association and the Prison Service Pay Review Body. These aren't excessive demands. They're simply about keeping key workers' heads above water, giving them some decency, respect and fairness. Surely that's the least we can do.
Yeah.